So sound is not only made by the human beings. Sound is there always in this environment. This environment is always making sound. No one can stop that from happening. So you have to listen carefully. What sound can I feel? What sound I can feel? Can I be reliable with the dimension of sound? Can I connect myself with the dimension of sound? Yes, that is the maturity that you should gain. Only when one is capable of maintaining rapport with the dimension of sound, one is able to continue in that given space. If you cannot have stability with the dimension of sound, one cannot exist. One can never exist continuously. To exist, to remain stable, one should have capacity to sense the sound, the dominating capacity. The most dominant is the sound. That is the continuation of one's existence. If you are not able to have clarity with that dimension, one cannot. One cannot continuously enjoy life. Sound is a beautiful dimension. It's a very beautiful. It is stringed with the reality of creation. It is stringed with the reality of creation continuously. So you have to listen wisely and not to create anything else other than the creation, that which is happening within you. Sound is a dominating factor that no one can contaminate. Sound is always there. No one can create, no one can manipulate that dimension of sound. So when you are connected with that dimension of sound, one has got the continuity into your awareness. Sound is a dominating factor, it's a perfect factor, it's a wonderful principle that gives us perfect clarity of sustainability in that given space with the body. No one can contaminate that dimension of sound. So the sound body should be always sound. It should have that perfectness of awareness. When you are talking, when you are listening, you should keep on listening with some harmony, some respect towards the system. You have to respect the system, which is giving you the capacity to remain in the given space. You should be respectful. If you are not respecting your own self, then you will never have the wisdom to sustain in the given space. Sound is very, very important. Even when no one is making sound, there is sound. Your body has the capacity to listen to that sound and make it meaningful for yourself to be in that given space. So sound can never be stopped. So you have to listen to the sound, to the world of sound, which is always murmuring, which is always making something possible. So you have to connect with that dimension of sound and be with that and make your stability continuous. That makes living wonderful always. It's not what you have learned. It's not whatever you have learned. Learned is a duplication with the mind. So whatever you learned is the making problem. Whatever we have well learned, we are trying to fix whatever we have learned. No, this is whatever we are living. This is not whatever we have learned, but this is what we are living. Where living is happening, truth is connected. Learned, you are not connected with the truth, but living, you are connected with the truth. The only way to sustain living is connecting with the truth only. For the learned, you don't have to be honest. Because I have learned this, so this is my purpose. I have learned this, so I have to execute this. I have learned this, so my purpose is to execute whatever I have learned. The truthfulness is not necessary. Truthfulness is not going to be the base. For the living, truth is the only way. If living is your interest, then truth is the only path to sustain. If you are learned, then you are mimicking something someone has taught you. If you are trying to execute the learned, then you are in a vicious circle. If you are in the living path, then it is not a vicious circle. It's a spiral opening which has got the continuity to sustain the clarity continuously, perfectly. No disorder, Only order because you are connected with your own truth. Your own truth. What has brought you here? That is what you are connected with. It cannot collapse. Whatever has brought you here is always working continuously, perfectly. So if you are connected with your honesty, then you are always, nothing will ever go wrong. Because honesty has set you free. And honesty will always be there. Nothing can go wrong with honesty. Never can. Honesty has brought us here. So honesty knows everything. So truth knows everything. So connect yourself with your truth. Where is your truth? Whatever is making you possible is your truthfulness. Whatever is making you possible is your truthfulness. Our capacity is to connect with that truthfulness. There you can be continuously. Nothing can ever go wrong. Nothing can ever go wrong. But truth is, that is where you are. And you can be always. That is the wonder of truth. You will never wander away. You will always wonder. Because truth is giving us immense richness to experience continuously. The ecstasy of being is definitely connected with the truthfulness so that one may not differ from it. No conflict. One can remain stable continuously because the source is always there. So convenience of living is always there. So whatever you have learned is not going to give you convenience. It will give you conflict. It will only confuse you eventually. Whatever you have learned, you have to discard whatever you have learned and be with that being where everything is possible continuously. Honesty will set you free. Honesty will have authority. Authorities will never have honesty. Honesty only will have authority. Truthfulness will set you free. You will have freedom only from truthfulness. Freedom can be gained only from truthfulness. Belief will not give you truthfulness. Belief will only give you some problems. If you are believing, in the earliest possible you have to get separated from the belief. The earliest possible, the better it is. So separate yourself from the belief. Be with the reality. Even though it is painful for the body, you don't have to worry about the pain. Because truth, to get close to the truth, you have to separate yourself from the contamination. The contamination is giving you pain. All the contamination is the only thing that is giving you pain. The truth will not be painful. The truth will never give you pain. Only contamination is painful. Is always simple. Reality is powerful. Reality never stops for anyone. Reality never stops. Reality is continuously working. So realization, when you connect with reality, then realization is a natural consequence. Reality only will give you realization. Nothing else can give you realization. Only reality can give you realization. It's very simple to be with the truthfulness. It's always working. It never stops. It never stops. The reality is working always. It never stops. It can never stop. Whatever is making us possible can never stop. The universal happening, it never stops. The universal happening is the reason for us to be here. So one should be capable of understanding that activity which is making us possible. That which is making us possible, that is your realization. Getting connected is the most wonderful thing. Being is the most simplest thing. Being, there is nothing conflicting. Being is the most available, wonderful way of living. Being. Simply be. Nothing can ever go wrong. To be is the most simplest thing. Nothing can ever go wrong when you are trying to be. Trying to be. That is connected with the truthfulness, that whatever has brought us here. What is making us possible? You have to feel it. When you feel whatever is making you possible, that's where your capacity of realization is always connected with. Simply focus on the truthfulness which is happening on its own. No one can come and manipulate. When you are realizing, nothing can ever go wrong. A realized being means you are simply connected with everything that is making you possible. It's quite simple. No one can judge because everything is making it possible. When everything around is making one possible, how can anyone make anything, any problem within that state? That state of being is the most wonderful, simple thing. Nothing, no one can come and conflict because everything together is making it possible. Everything, the whole universe is making one possible. So oneness, maintain that oneness without having any dream. When you dream, then problem starts. Without dream, you are real. Your reality is very powerful without dreams. If you are dreaming, then you are not real. You are not in the realization. You are in the path of destruction. You are in the path of destruction when you are dreaming. You are trying to create something which is not possible. You are in the state of illusion, hallucination, and contamination. A realization will not collapse, will never collapse. It will only always fuse with the wanted. The fusion is always continuous. No confusion is possible for the realized. The one and the only simple way to live is realization. Be realized. That's the only thing that one can do. The most reliable source of existence is connected with realization. So your practice is not to practice anything. Your practice should not to practice anything. When that is your practice, then universe is practicing. Never try to practice anything. Then universe is working on its own. The universal creation is always happening. No one can stop this from happening. So it's quite simple. You are not learning anything. You are simply living. If you are learning, your mind is learning. Your mind is trying to create something else other than whatever is happening perfectly continuously. When your mind is involved, then you are done. You are in a vicious circle of reflections. When you are void of mind, then you are with the reality. It's quite simple. No dreams. The reality is not giving us dreams. The reality is simply making us realize how wonderful the creation is happening. It's the most simplest thing that one can maintain. Oneness. Oneness is the only thing that one can always rely upon. Then you can deal with everything. Then only you can deal. Your dealership is perfect. Then your appointment, when you are appointed perfectly to work where you are, then your appointment, you will never have disappointments. Why are we having disappointments? When you are not rooted to the cause of your existence, then you will be always facing disappointments. You are properly appointed, your space, you are trying to retain your occupying space, everything is perfectly, that is occupation. You are concerned only with the required. Then your concernment will never have any problem. It's always very simple. Simple is always natural. Simple is always perfect. Because that is how things are happening always. Freedom. Freedom. We are eligible for freedom. What is our freedom? Separating us from the contamination is our freedom. Separating from all the whims and wants and stupidity that the mind has created, that's freedom. Simply being reliable with the reliability that which has made us possible. Reliability is a capacity prevailing within oneself. It's not something that which we have learned. It's something that which has made us possible. When you are focusing into the connected, into the connection that whatever has made us possible, whatever has made us possible, our capacity is to rely upon that which is making us possible. Nothing can ever go wrong. The source is always powerful. We have to be connected with the source that has made us possible. Yes, there is a prevailing capacity within us, that which is making us clarity, that which is giving us clarity of the source. Yes, we are eligible to get connected with the source. It should never be a belief. Living is not a belief. Living is living itself. We are not believing because we are living. Living is simple reality. Realization definitely should be our experience. A realized being means the most convenient freedom. You are exercising your freedom. We all are. Each and everyone is eligible to exercise freedom. Your freedom can be gained only through your realization. Nothing else can give you freedom. Nothing else can give you freedom. Freedom is simply from realizing how well you are. It's very simple. The most wonderful aspect that one can always rely upon is your freedom, your sincerity, your honesty. Your life is depending on your honesty, not on anything else. Not on the money that you have gained, not on the popularity that you have gained in the society. No. Honesty is the only reliable source of existential reality. Nothing else can set you free. Your freedom, your authority is always connected with truthfulness. There, the wonder of being will be always within your space of experience. The most simplest is always very powerful. Nothing can ever go wrong. Reality will never buckle. It will never collapse. So getting connected with that is the most simplest thing. Getting connected with the reality is the one thing that one can do continuously. You don't have to spare time for it. There is no spare time for reality. Reality is working always. So every time you are attending to the beauty of living, there is no such thing as I am going to work something else other than the reality. There is no such thing. You are always connected with the beauty of creation. The most simple is always happening. Whatever is making us possible is always making it possible. Like the day and night. If the day and night is possible for millions of years, so is our life. Because we all are connected with such a reality. So simply realizing is the most simplest thing. The most simplest thing is realization. There's nothing else. Yes, realization will set you free from whole hassles of life. Everything can be perfectly brought into your freedom. Brought into your freedom. Freedom is knowing what you are and how you are. How you can be in that given space. That is the freedom. Freedom is gained from truthfulness. Yeah. So truthfulness is the only criteria to set you free. Truthfulness can only give you the capacity to remain stable. Nothing else. No. Whoever it is, whatever is happening around, you focus on what is happening within. Everything will tune into this happening. Everything will tune into this happening. There is no other alternative. Everything has got to tune into this happening. Are you connected with that real happening? Then you will realize nothing else can go wrong. Ever. No one can destroy your reality. Nothing can ever go wrong. The whole world, no one can destroy your reality. If you are with the honesty, if you are with the truthfulness, if you are on the path of truthfulness, nothing can ever go wrong. It is like day and night. If day and night is possible for millions of years, so is truth. Truth will never collapse. Truth has made us possible. Truth has made us possible. Nothing else has made us possible. So the truth has made us possible. So rely upon the truthfulness. The truthfulness will give us realization how things are happening. The blueprint of our existence will be open in our awareness, definitely. The result of truthfulness is the blueprint of our existence will be perfectly known within our awareness. That is the consequence of truthfulness. So it's very simple. Simple is always wonderful. Simple is very, very powerful. No one can come and conflict the simple reality of existence. So no one can. No one can. You don't have to have anyone. You just have your one. Your oneself is the only thing required. Maintaining that oneself, you will have clarity. Then everything required will come to you. Simply by maintaining that oneness, everything wanted will come to you. Nothing else will happen. When you are maintaining that oneness, everything required will come. You don't have to long for anything. The longing is not required. The longing for something that is actually depriving you in the path of truthfulness. You don't have to long for anything. You are capable of. You are within yourself. Everything is there. And work with it. Be with it. The only requirement is be with the reality of your existence. There you will expose everything that is required. As and when required. That symbol is the reality of living. Is always very powerful. Being together is the simplest thing. Being together. You can feel that you are together. Your togetherness is felt inside. When you can sense that togetherness inside, no one can come and destroy that togetherness. For what? What should be the reason to destroy that togetherness within you? Is there anything better than that togetherness? No, nothing. You will never castle that togetherness for anything. You will never barter that wonderful togetherness for anything. There is nothing better than that togetherness. In the whole universe, that togetherness itself is going to be the most wonderful. If you have realized that togetherness, you will never ever go wrong. Mistake is not a possibility in that togetherness. Mistake, wrongdoing is never a possibility. It is not possible to do anything wrong when you are rightly positioned in that given space. Such is the beauty of realization. It is possible for everyone. Such is the way of living. Everyone is eligible to have this wonder of living. It's not an exclusive privilege for XYZ. It's a privilege for everyone. So the master symbol is always working from silence. You listen to the silence. You can hear multiple voices always happening. You cannot shut down the dimension of sound. There is always sound. Listen. You are always listening. Your whole sense of listening is working continuously. Not only to human beings, you can listen to many things. You should listen to the dimension of sound. Only when you are capable of raising your attention to the dimension of sound, you will have capacity to remain stable in the given space. The problem with people are, we are only listening to human beings. We are not listening to the dimension of sound. When you are capable of listening to that world of sound, which can never be shut down, then you will raise your attention to a capacity beyond your expectation. The world of sound is a mystic world where life is possible continuously. So the problem with human beings are that we are learned to listen only to human beings. We are not listening to the dimension of sound. That's why we are crippled. We are only listening to human beings. Listen to the sound. The sound is always there. No one can shatter that world of sound. You listen, keep listening. Then you will hear the wonder of being. Always. It's a world of beauty. The creation is always a world of beauty which can never be crippled by anyone. No one can cripple the world of creation. You just have to come into your awareness. So such is the world. Such is the world that creation is always happening. Listen not only to human beings, listen to the sound which is always happening. You listen, keep listening. Just listen for nothing. What will happen? You will get exposed. The sound can never be stopped, manipulated by anyone. The sound, the dimension of sound can never be manipulated. No one can manipulate the dimension of sound. So listen wisely so that you can live easily. You listen so that you can live easily. Living is very simple. Living is the most wonderful thing that can be done very easily. So listen wisely to live easily. No one can stop the sound from happening. There is sound always. Even when someone is not talking, you can listen. Listening is a capability beyond everyone's expectation. So don't expect anything. Just relax and listen. The sound is making a wonderful world of creation. And always, nothing can ever go wrong. There is no power failure in the dimension of sound. You are always connected. You don't have to practice anything. No particular practice is going to give you the sustainability to remain stable in the given space. No particular practice is going to give you any capacity to remain stable in the given space. No practice, no teaching, no learning. Your continuity, staying connected with the continuous process of being is the only way to remain stable in the given space. That is the only way, so it is very comfortable, convenient. There is no multiple capacities required. There is the one and the only thing required is to remain stable with your awareness. The one and the only thing that one can continuously be with, your awareness, the realization. Your own realization. One and the only thing. One and the only thing that one should rely upon. Your own realization. There is nothing else. Your reality is your wonderful living. Be with it. You can always be with it. Nothing can ever go wrong. No one can come and make any contamination within your realization. It's that simple. Simple is always powerful.